Hey guys, LTP here, bringing you a commentary, bringing you a quick commentary. It's going to be a brief story about something that happened over winter break and something that's going to severely affect any other YouTube or media gaming related that I'm going to do in the future. And the biggest issue is that my Xbox broke. No, 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 no. But it's true. My Xbox broke. I call it now the Deadbox Lucy, and she gave me a lot of years of service. In the very least, it's a second generation Xbox, so that's like a good 6 years ago. So I've had it this whole time. I had it for 6 years. I've recorded every one of my commentaries on my channel with this Xbox. So it is definitely served me. Now, the biggest issue that it had was that it would it would have a disk tray error. I'm sure this happens with a lot of the Xboxes, especially at that time, but the disk tray decided it didn't want to read anymore. It's like, no way, man, I don't want to read because I just don't feel like it. And, and it's funny because I named it Lucy, and then I just gave you a male impression, so I don't know what is going on with that Xbox, but regardless, it decided that the only thing it wanted to do was go to the dashboard. And as anyone who's put a disc in and expected to play, they know that that is not conducive to playing video games or CDs or movies. So unless they get them all digitally, which I guess still could be an option, but my Xbox over there in the corner, which you can't see obviously, is kind of dissected. It's kind of dissected. I'm actually pretty proud of that. I dissected a, I'm not sure if it's a male or female Xbox, and now that I'm giving genders to a piece of electronic equipment, maybe I should never play an Xbox again. But it was weird because I never had a red rings issue. Usually, I always hear cases of red rings, red rings, red rings, red rings, disk read. I feel like the disk read is a much less common occurrence, and especially compared to how long ago this thing has been created. Second generation, I think there was maybe 4 generations of Xboxes. I'm not entirely sure. Don't kill me on that one, but I will say that a big thing that I was looking up when I was typing in on Google, I was like, oh, disk read problems, help! Question mark, question mark, question mark, exclamation point. And a big thing was on blogs they had a bunch of really old comments on them. No one had continued commenting on this kind of a problem because all of that stuff had been erased apparently by the third generation, which lost its backwards compatibility, which I also became very sad. But and so it's it's a wonder how it hasn't actually died earlier. So I'm really blessed about that, and that I could actually do my YouTube channel for as long as I did, and it definitely not comparing it to other big channels like anyone who has been here since the beginning of YouTube, or anyone who is a lot bigger than me, which there are a lot of people, and have been doing this for 4 or 5 years. I've been only doing it for 2, and I definitely don't count that period of absence. But regardless of the fact, I think that the second generation is probably my favorite of all the Xboxes, minus the fact that they hadn't had the built-in Wi-Fi. But I honestly liked them. I thought the backwards compatibility for one was awesome because a lot of my friends in the dorm have Xbox original games like Morrowind, like Elder Scrolls Morrowind, and you can't play that on 360. So that's really useful, or just a bunch of other random games, and so playing the classics is always fun. And I honestly think that in terms of the gigabytes, this was before the arcades came out, and so this was before they were ripping you off and making you pay almost full price for an arcade system that only had 512 KB, or maybe just 2 gigabytes of data, which is just storage, which is just absurd. So regardless of the case, I think that second generation Miss Lucy, Mr. or Mrs. Lucy, has done me well, and just giving you guys a heads up on my Deadbox 360. So I'm going to see what I can do for the future, and we will see what this channel turns into. I definitely have a little bit of an update. I know a couple guys from my hall that are YouTube guys, and I definitely will be doing something with them soon. Relatively, because every time I said soon in the past, it was disastrous. So I'm gonna stop promising you guys things because I can't deliver half the time. So that's my bad. But and so I also know a couple of people that have cameras and things that are a lot more state of the art than this internal mic junk right here that I can barely almost touch. But I definitely am interested in putting more stuff up. I'm definitely interested in trying to do more gameplays. The only thing that's stopping that, well, there's a lot of things stopping that, but the biggest one is that my computer hardware, this guy I'm recording you all on, is not very good, and it won't be able to to do what it used to do. So it's been a little bit, it's slowed down, and it's become less effective. So, and also I don't have an Xbox. Mr. or Mrs. Lucy is dead. So, and I have a Hopog, an HD PVR that's just sitting underneath my bed in a box, and I can't do anything about it. So we'll see what we can do, and hopefully I'll think of something more creative than talking about my Deadbox 360. Anyways, guys, I will see you another time at a later date and a later moment in life, and I wish you all very well. And yeah, see ya. Bye.